The floodgates have been opened on Katie Porter, and if she thought that interview she tried to storm out from was the worst of her problems, she has another thing coming because people are digging up all of her dirt.
And the state could lose. Get out of my shot. Stay out of my shot.
That's just the tip of the iceberg, and we are going to go through all of it. Welcome to Sara Gonzales Unfiltered. I genuinely cannot wait to go through this with you guys today because the woman who is running for governor in California, Katie Porter, we just talked about her yesterday, she must be the most miserable person that everyone is like, oh, by the way, let me tell you what she did to me. And she now faces the worst PR crisis for, I would say, any Democrat running for office right now, which includes the Virginia AG candidate, Jay Jones, who literally called for the murder of children in leaked texts. So that is not funny. But what's funny is, like, if you are getting hit harder than that guy, you got a really big problem. And so for those of you who maybe you missed yesterday's episode, or you've been busy, you were on vacation, and you missed the original interview that was released yesterday that got people talking, here is Katie Porter melting down on a local Sacramento, California affiliate over asking, questions.
What do you say to the 40% of California voters who you'll need in order to win, who voted for Trump?
How would I need them in order to win, ma'am?
Well, unless you think you're going to get 60% of the vote. You think you'll get 60%. Everybody who did not vote for Trump will vote for you.
Laughs at the
That's
camera.
What you're
In a general election, yes. If it is me versus a Republican, I think that I will win the people who did not vote for Trump.
What if it's you versus another
She's got
Democrat?
the craziest
I don't intend
eyes.
that to be the case.
So how do you not intend that to be the case? Are you going to ask them not to run?
No, I'm saying I'm going to build the support. I have the support already in terms of name recognition. And so I'm going to do the very best I can to make sure that we get through this primary in a really strong position.
You don't need those Trump voters.
Well, you asked me if I needed them to win.
So you don't
I
think
feel
you
like
need
this
them
is
to win.
unnecessarily argumentative. What is your question?
The question is the same thing I asked
This is
everybody.
unnecessarily argumentative,
and the
okay?
question is, what do you
You're not
say to the
supposed to ask real
40% of
questions.
voters who voted for Trump?
Oh, I'm happy to say that. It's the do you need them to win part that I don't understand. I'm happy to answer the question as you have it written, and I'll answer it.
And we've also asked the other candidates, do you think you need any of those 40% of California voters to win? And you're saying, no, you don't.
No, I'm saying I'm going to try to win every vote I can. And what I'm saying to you is that
Well, to those voters, okay, so you...
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it. Thank you.
You're not going to do the interview with us?
Nope, not like this. I'm not. Not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
Every other candidate has answered
I don't
our
care.
follow-ups.
I don't care. I
We
want
know.
to have a pleasant, positive conversation in which you ask me about every issue
A
on this
pleasant,
list.
positive conversation. That's all she wants. That's why she's acting like that. Well, guess what, guys? We have actually tracked down a never before seen clip of that very same interview meltdown.
So tell us who you are and what you do on the show.
You want to know who I am and what do I do? Is that a serious question?
Let's cut.
So, but Steven, why'd you screw that up? It's the wrong clip.
Sorry. It's a lot going on in here.
Actually, I could see why you would get confused on that. So people are like throwing all this fuel on the fire now because when you're a terrible bitch, I guess, you create a lot of enemies, and everyone's throwing in their receipts all out into the internet for people to go through. There's newly resurfaced footage of an interview she did. So she did this with Politico back in 2021. And now Politico is like, we've been waiting to release this. Now is our moment. And here is Katie Porter with Politico yelling at a staffer. Watch.
That we're going to lose more than 500,000 Californians dying prematurely to air pollution and other problems. And the state could lose. Get out of my shot.
I wanted to tell you that that's actually incorrect. It's not that it's electric vehicles. It's that if we don't make a commitment
so
to
mad.
Paris Climate Accord.
Okay, it does. Okay, you also were in my shot before that. Stay out of my shot. Okay, I'm going to start again with
I bet you
electric
are.
vehicles saving us money.
I bet you are. Now, I just want to be clear here at Sara Gonzales Unfiltered. I would never talk to anyone like that. I think that it is despicable. I think that it is reprehensible that you would ever talk to any of your staff the way that Katie Porter was talking about all of her staff. What are you doing? What? Chance, get out of my shot. Get out of my shot. God. These idiots around here. You were in my shot. Okay? Anyway, I think he came back. Did you just come back?
I was trying to fix the thing. God.
So this was not the first time, by the way, that she was, but you may think, oh, that was the first time. It was 2021. She's been doing this since 2021. No, actually, we've got another clip of her bullying staffers. And I want you to pay very close attention because she actually, you can see the anger bubbling within her. And then there's a moment where she turns off her camera. And I'm really worried about her staffers in that moment.
Oh, yes. This is why I didn't want to do. I need the lights off, the bright lights. I'm so sorry, but I am about to get on. Bernard, I need you to turn these off. These that are killing me. Hang on 1 second, everybody.
No, we should put the computer up on it.
Yes, we should have. Yes. Okay, everybody. I'm not that dark.
That's too dark.
She's about to kill. Uh-oh.
Just a minute.
Oh, no.
Okay, everybody. I'm sorry about that.
Hey,
I am in a
sorry
TV
about that.
Studio, getting ready to go on Cuomo, and so I had all those studio lights on me, and I couldn't see myself or see you guys.
So in actuality, Control Room, how would you say that, like the full clip, how long is that pause where she's just totally gone? Is it 30? Okay, 20 to 30 seconds where she's just gone. She's like, not that dark. Oh, you know what? Just 1 second, please. And then everything goes dark. And I just feel like we need to check on those staffers and make sure that they didn't end up mysteriously missing, because if so, I think I know who killed them. I can solve the cold case like immediately. It was definitely her. And that's not even the worst. Like, this is still just the tip of the iceberg. Okay. She also fired one of her staff over text back in 2022. Okay. So, and I want you to keep that year in your mind for reference, because it was a conversation about COVID in 2022. Katie says, why did you not follow office protocol on testing? It's really disappointing. Sasha, I'm terribly sorry. You're right. I should have done better. Just because I felt okay in the moment doesn't mean that I was. Katie says, Sasha, I cannot allow you back in the office, given your failure to follow office policies. Cody will be in touch about having your personal effects shipped or delivered to your home and will lay out your remote work schedule and responsibilities for your last few weeks. So she still has to work knowing that she's fired for your last few weeks. She's like, screw you, you're fired, but you're still going to work for me until I say so. Sasha still takes it better than I would. I understand. Thank you for the last 2 years and all that I have learned. I hate to have disappointed you in the manner, as I know it isn't an excuse. I had found out my friend from the Navy had been murdered and my head was not in the best place. Yeah, I believe that. Not an excuse, but the reasoning for the lack of forethought. I appreciate everything this office has done for me. Here's Katie's response. Well, you gave me COVID. In 25 months, it took you not following the rules to get me sick. My children have nobody to care for them. I think your children owe Sasha a thank you, because any moment that they don't have to spend with your miserable ass is probably greatly cherished. They should write her a thank you card and send her a bouquet, Sasha, for getting you sick, so that hopefully they got a few days not having to be around you. And I say this also knowing that allegedly, according to her former husband, I know you guys are going to be shocked to hear that marriage didn't work out. That's crazy. I wonder what happened. Well, her former husband said that she frequently abused him verbally and threw toys, books, and other objects at him during their marriage, even pouring scalding hot mashed potatoes on his head during a fight, according to divorce records. This is who wants to be in charge of the state of California. Guys, they're not sending their best. You could see from the very first interview that dropped yesterday, homegirl's got SSRI eyes. But apparently her dosage is not high enough because she's still abusing her husband. I want to know why the mashed potatoes were scalding hot, actually. Like, scalding hot? That seems intentional.
That's me too. Like, can you even get mashed potatoes scalding hot? How's that possible?
I don't know. I mean, you boil them for how long?
It's not like it's soup. It's mashed potatoes. She obviously can't cook either. She's scalding her mashed potatoes.
Is that, Steven, is that surprising to you?
No, it is surprising. Have you seen her? Really well.
Okay, that's fair. So, let's set that aside for a second, okay? She is nuts and a terrible person. She's awful. She's abusive to seemingly everyone in her life. But she's also a radical nut job with her views as well. Because let's not forget, it's not just the persona, it's also the policies. And I just want to play. When President Trump won the election, she went on mainstream media and was like, my 12-year-old daughter is scared to get an abortion. Like, what?
So on election night, I went to pick up my daughter from water polo practice, and she's 12, and she got in the car and she was crying. And I said, did someone punch you? Like, water polo is a rough sport. I was like, did someone hit you? Did the coach yell at you?
Like
what
projection.
happened? And she said, Mom, Trump won. Trump's going to win. And what if I get raped and I need to have an abortion? This is from a 12-year-old, my 12-year-old daughter. And so it was really a reminder of how scary this time is for people and how important it is for Democrats to have strategies, both at the state level and the federal level, to make sure that we can continue to protect people's rights.
Like, what kind of terrible mother is talking to her child in that manner? She clearly learned that from her child. By the way, this was for this past election, yes, Control Room? Because the election wasn't called until like 12 o'clock at night. I highly doubt that she was just picking her up from water polo at midnight. Or 10 o'clock if you want to say it's California time. That seems awfully strange that a 12-year-old was out playing water polo at 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m., and she's upset. And Katie Porter's first thought is, did someone punch you? No, Mom, because you weren't around. You're the one that punches me all the time. Like, what a weirdo. And by the way, she seems to be obsessed with the idea of abortions because she also said that it's very important to be able to obtain abortions, in case inflation gets bad. No, seriously, watch.
The fact that things like inflation can happen and it can become more expensive to feed your kids and to fuel your car is exactly why people need to be able to be in charge of how many mouths they're going to have to feed. So I think the fact that we're seeing this jump in expenses, that we're seeing people having to pay more in the grocery store, pay more at the pump, pay more for housing, is a reason that people are saying, I need to be able to make my own decisions about when and if to start a family.
I will say it's actually a little, I've never actually seen someone be able to try to tie abortion to inflation. But she really loves it. Really loves it. Like, wow, I mean, things are getting expensive. We need to kill our babies. We got to fill up our gas tanks. We need to be able to kill babies. Like, what a weirdo. If you like this clip and you want to see the full episode, click here. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, come on, you know you do. Click here.